Hi, I'm Seth Freudberg. I'm the Director of Options Trading here at SMBU in Manhattan. I'm also the head trader of SMB's Options Trading Desk. So today I'd like to discuss a topic which comes up a fair amount with people who trade options income strategies, and that is which strike do I choose when I'm trading a credit spread? As you probably know, there are basically two kinds of credit spreads: a bull credit spread, which is a short put closer to the market and a long put farther away from the market in the same expiration period. And then there's a bear put, which is a short call closer to the market and a long call a little bit farther away from the market, again in the same expiration period. So you might ask yourself, which strike should I use for my long? Now, let's say you have a protocol which states that you, when you are feeling bearish, let's say today, which is October 7th, you were feeling bearish on the market. And so you wanted to put on a bearish call spread. And let's say that the SPX, which is trading right now at around 1990, let's say you wanted to put a short strike at 2100. You felt like there's no way the market before the third week in November is going to get to 2100. So in that case, then you have a decision to make, which is, all right, my short strike's at 2100. Where am I going to put my long strike? And the answer is, there is no definitive answer, but generally speaking, the next strike up is the best place to put it, and I will explain that in a minute. Not in every case, but in most cases. So let's take a look at today's example. Suppose you put a short, put your short strike at 2100 on the SPX, and you wanted to experiment with the results of a long strike at various strike separations. So let's first of all take a look at the closest strike, which is 2110. So if you were to sell the 2100 call in the November monthly expiration and buy the 2110 call, that net credit would be $98. So that would yield you a 11% return, because that $98 eats up $902 of capital. That's because you're eating up $1,000 of margin, but you're getting in $92 in cash, so the net is $98 in cash, so the net is $902. So that would provide you with an 11% return. So then you ask yourself, well, hey, if I go one further strike out, let's say I go up to 2120, look how much more credit I can receive. I can receive $167 of credit. So why wouldn't you do that? And one major reason you wouldn't do that is because you're now, instead of eating up $902 in capital, you're actually eating up $1,833 in capital and getting $167. So you are getting more credit, but you're also eating up more capital. So you have to do the return calculation. And the return calculation actually shows that even though you're getting more credit, you're getting lower return. That's because the $167 divided by the $1,833 in capital is actually a smaller percentage, 9% versus the 11% that you would get for the 10-point strike separation. Now, to drive the point home as to why it should be pretty much a no-brainer to do the 10-point strike separation, let's take a look at if you did two lots with the 10-point strike separation. If you did two lots with that same strike separation, you'd be paid $197 and actually only eat up $1,803 in capital. So you'd have more credit using less capital by going with the higher return combination, which is the short strike 10 points as opposed to 20 points away from the long strike. And so what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is, in most cases, the closest long strike to the short strike that you want to trade on a credit spread is going to give you the best return. Not in all cases, but in most cases. Various skew situations may change that. Most of the time, this is going to be true. In this example, which was just randomly selected this morning, we got a 17% better credit on less capital by doing a 2-lot 10-point strike separation spread as opposed to a 1-lot 20-point strike separation. So pretty much a no-brainer. You go with the tighter long, and you have a win-win. A little bit less capital, a nice bit more of credit. And so even though it's a little bit counterintuitive, hey, I've got to spend so much more on that long, what you may be forgetting about is the amount of margin that strike separation creates, and that gives you the advantage. So that's an edge for you today. I hope that helps you in your trading, helps you make your decisions as to strike separation, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.